Insecurity and natural disaster across Nigeria have resulted in many citizens becoming internally displaced, with a lot of them being forced to live in makeshift homes in camps. Nigeria's federal capital, Abuja, houses 4 IDP camps occupied by victims of banditry and insurgency. When AD4 TV radio crew paid a visit to one of the camps in Kochigoro, it was confronted with the stark reality of the squalor that the residents live in. For instance, the educational facilities provided for children in the camp do not meet required standard for a proper basic school. The head teacher in the camp, while speaking to AD4 TV radio, revealed that teaching of children in the camp have been handled by volunteers supported by some humanitarian agencies, which has been the case for so many years.
When we established this one, we flagged up a campaign in 2019 that 1 hour is better in the life of the children. That is how we get volunteers outside and in the camp that they are willing to give or educate these children or pupils in their school. In 2019, we have about 8 volunteer teachers who are regular volunteers, and we have some couple of 5 volunteers that are coming outside that they will come and deliver their lesson and go back. We have some who has PGD. We have degree holders, we have NC holders, and we have one SSCE that she has passion in giving back to the society. She said she joined the group and she's in the kindergarten teaching them. And we have people that sent by another NGOs like African Arise send coppers. We have about 2 coppers right now working with us, and we have another NGO also who is paid 1 teacher. That teacher is regularly coming and doing her work diligently.
In Nigeria, A, to know your rights and responsibilities and how the government functions. B,
the question then is whose responsibility it is to educate the children in IDP camps. An educational consultant, Agaba Wilson, and an investment consultant, Philemon Ayuba, both provided answers to this as thus.
You know, because they are in IDP, they become the primary responsibility of the Ministry of Humanitarian and Disaster Management. It becomes their primary responsibility. But again, it means therefore, in my opinion, that they are supposed to lead on everything that concerns these people. And so they are also supposed to liaise with the Ministry of Education to provide education component, liaise with the Ministry of Health to provide health component, and so on and so forth. So it's like the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management becomes their primary parent.
The issue of IDP kids is a product of insecurity. It is principally the responsibility of the federal government to ensure that the right of every child is protected, because the shortcoming arising from insecurity, it's quietly the responsibility of the federal government. As such, they created the problem in which these IDPs children have found themselves in resettlement camps. So they are supposed to midwife all that it takes to educate these children from primary school to the tertiary level, because the federal government has failed in the area of provision of security, which gave birth to the IDPs.
Despite the fact that it has been established that the responsibility rests on the government, the case does not appear to be so here, as volunteers and NGOs have been left with no choice but to assume responsibilities despite the obvious fact that volunteer teachers may not be able to give the children the quality of education desired as they work within their limited human and material resources.
This school system there are being set up by NGOs, and volunteers are there doing the teaching. There is no way you can compare what is free and what you have paid for. One is definitely going to be better. When it is a paid job, the level of scrutiny for the teachers and the qualities that they have will be different from when you are looking for volunteer. You're looking for volunteer, you cannot be too strict. Anybody that can teach ABCD can go there, whether he understands the psychology and the sociology of education, it doesn't matter. So you see, the quality cannot be compared with that of a regular school because, of course, as you see from the environment, it's not conducive. The people who are doing the job are volunteering.
For the inhabitants of the IDPs to have a sense of belonging in the nation, governments at all levels in Nigeria must make deliberate efforts to back policy formations with effective implementation.